Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Uploading Podcast, the number one podcast to learn why three-dimensional names are the best kind of names. For a company, that is. Hello. I almost said the wrong name there. Hello, Merrick.
Did you almost say Leopold Snack Nips?
Yes. What is happening? How are you doing?
Rated 5 stars on iTunes by Leopold Snack Nips. I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, seemingly better than you, because
Yeah.
you've been muting yourself a lot. Do we expose this? Merrick is ill.
Merrick got the Rona exposed.
Is that true now? Is that confirmed now?
Yeah, everyone tested positive at the Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, but do you have a test?
I haven't had one yet, but I lost taste and it seems...
Okay, so you are mostly sure, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. Now everybody
It
has...
wasn't that bad.
You should now have to set up a GoFundMe.
Oh yeah, I'm dying. Help.
For your 50,000 omelette followers. Hey, if they all give you $1, you'll have $50,000.
I'll probably have $5. I don't know if any of them are active anymore.
That's true. That's true. Have you been doing anything new gaming wise or tech wise?
Metroid Dread. That's really good.
I
That's fun.
don't know if I want to play that. I've not played a Metroid game outside of the Metroid Prime games, actually. Maybe I should. But who
I didn't
has
really
time?
play one through at all. Whereas like the old ones, I believe, you kind of have to remember what you've gone through so that when you get a new item, you can come back and use the morph ball to get to different areas and stuff. This one kind of guides you through and almost holds your hand a little bit.
Is that a positive
But it was
thing?
good. Yeah, for new players at least. People who aren't used to Metroidvanias, having to remember things.
Yeah,
where they are.
I could not remember anything.
Yeah, in my current state, I probably wouldn't have paid attention. So it's pretty good.
Very good. I've just been looking at Minecraft 1.18 because I really like it. I haven't been playing it a lot because I just haven't had that much time for numerous reasons. But that's fine. I've been doing other cool things, mostly just school related. I'll just now literally sit around like for 2 hours. I've just watched a video about why object-oriented programming sucks. And I was sitting there, I'm like, yes, I agree with this, even though I have not that many clues about object-oriented programming. But that video was pretty good, and I don't want to learn that now because it sucks. But that's fine, everybody can program differently. Should we get into some topics here? Should we start?
That's pretty much how everyone falls into everything. Yeah, why not?
Let's start with what I think is already pretty funny. Not the funniest thing so far, but number one that we have here is Microsoft pushing Edge more. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. So for those who don't know, maybe you use a Mac or Linux or something. Microsoft have their own web browser, which used to be called Internet Explorer, which is now killed. They've replaced it with Edge. And Edge now basically is just Google Chrome, but they changed the name and add like one new feature, and then that's basically it. Plus 1,000 new things for like tracking you for Microsoft ads and stuff. So yeah, most people don't like Edge that much. Do you use Edge, Merrick?
Only when my finger slips and I get really grossed out by accidentally clicking on it. I used it to download Chrome that one time.
Yeah, well, that's going to get a lot harder now because, Edge will now realize when you go to the Google Chrome download page, and it's going to like show a little pop-up message which is supposed to discourage you from downloading Chrome.
Which could use a mite of discouragement, but not that much.
I mean, if you go to Google Chrome download website and it says, oh, Microsoft Edge runs on the same technology as Chrome with the added trust of Microsoft. Wouldn't you love Edge then when you read this?
It depends on how invasive it is. Is it like a paywall sort of where it takes over the whole screen, or is it just like a little thing in the top or corner?
No, it's just a little rectangular little thing in the top right, what I've seen. It does fuck all, it's just annoying.
Yeah, it's probably par for the course.
Fuck off.
I would have thought that they already did that a long time ago. Did they just add that?
Yeah, that's a new addition, yeah. From December at least. I can't tell from what date in December. Actually, I'm just going to see. Let's check. It's actually from the 2nd of December. What day is it? Okay, so a few days ago, yeah. And yeah, if you look at screenshots, it's just in the top right corner. And it has a little text, which I need to read. It says... Yeah, it has a button that's called Browse Securely now, which I guess opens Edge, closes the download page and keeps Edge open in that case because you're already in Edge. Other lines apparently are, that browser is so 2008. Do you know what's new? Microsoft Edge. And at that point, I'm like, I don't think that's funny or good. That's just annoying. And then another one says, I hate saving money, said no one ever. Microsoft Edge is the best browser for online shopping. Apparently Edge has something like Honey built into it where you can just get coupon codes. Okay. Fucking good for whoever likes Edge. I don't use it. I don't want it. It's a relatively quick topic, but I thought this is really funny. I think it is pretty funny, but...
Well, when you added it, I thought you went through the exact same thing I did. I woke up one morning where it was like, Windows, let's finish setting up your Windows PC. And I was afraid that, I had accidentally reinstalled Windows or added Windows 11 or something. That was the first thing that went through my head. And I was like, no. And then it was like, oh, let's just set your default browser to Edge. Why not? And I was like, no. Skip, and that was it. It was like, hey, your PC's all yours now, have fun. And the morning that happened, you added that, and I thought you had gone through the same struggle, and that's what...
Well, I don't use Windows that much though, so it's fine actually.
Yeah
what we have at my school, we have these weird managed Windows PC things which kind of like have this bare bones Windows thing that always is like reset. I don't know how exactly that works, but all the cache and stuff is all changed and all settings and everything is like deleted after a week. So what happens at least multiple times a week is, also we have Firefox and all of them, but for some weird networking reasons we can't actually use Firefox because that's like blocked or something. It doesn't matter why. We have to use Edge. So what happens? And when we're like, oh, let's use, I don't know, go Google a fucking like a norm or something, some norm of how to, I don't know, create this circuit or whatever. You open Edge, and what happens is Edge takes over in full screen mode over the whole fucking screen, and it launches this kind of Microsoft Edge intro with like an animation and shit, and it's like, oh, make Edge your own. Yeah, set it up and everything. Oh, select this mode or that mode. Oh, background things, what search engine you want. There's literally a button that's like finish setup or something, and when you press it, it just goes to like other settings. It does nothing. It does not what the button says. It's really annoying. It takes like a whole minute for the whole fucking thing to finish instead of just launching the goddamn browser. What kind of web browser has an intro anyways? Like, why? And why can't that be turned off? it actually takes over your whole screen. That's really annoying. But okay, that's not what this is. It's still funny though.
Well, I imagine the only people who use Edge are 5-year-olds and maybe elderly people, so it might need an intro screen by this point. But other than
It's
that,
not a useful
yeah.
intro though. It's
Nah.
just like the old blue Edge E logo, which then like rotates and transforms into the new swirly logo. And then it says,
Yeah.
"Oh, Edge is here. Select what mode you want." And wow, look how fast this is. Wow, it's really annoying.
They're going to scare the elderly people when they see that change. My internet E. I don't like change. It's transforming.
Oh, fuck the internet, you don't say this. You just reminded me of like a teacher literally called the Internet Explorer that. She like
Oh,
literally
really?
said, yeah, like actually.
I know.
Yeah.
Old
I was like, fuck.
The
I just
internet
remembered that. I
E.
forgot that for like 10 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that in school. Just click on the internet E.
Yeah, because I
get
like
started.
to use Firefox in like 7th grade or something. And then we had some random teacher who doesn't do like IT things, and she was like, "Oh, what program is this?" No, you have to use you click on Internet E. And I was like, "What? No, that's not what it's called."
Hey, at least no kid in the future will ever have to listen to that again. The internet E.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, now you have to press the internet swirly thing.
The Edge.
Hello, it is me, Silas, interrupting you again. Sorry. This time, though, I am just asking you to, well, if you enjoy this podcast, please tell all of your friends who you think might also like listening to us talk about random tech and gaming things. Because the number one way how people find out about podcasts, about new podcasts, is just through word of mouth. That's literally true. So you'd do us a great favor. And maybe you'd do your friends a favor too, showing them how good and awesome our podcast is. Thank you. Let's move on to the next topic, which is Windows 11. Speaking of that, doesn't catch on. Which I think is almost even funnier than I think it is funnier than the Edge thing. Market research by Lansweeper, which surveyed 10 million PCs across commercial and personal market segments, have reported that less than 0.21% of the users had upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, which is free. So, yeah. Yeah, I think this is funny. 0.21%.
That is an insane statistic.
I mean, okay, sure, it's been out for, I think, 3 months. A bit over 3 months now. But, wow, that's not good.
They haven't yet pushed it on the Windows 10 operating system that much, which I feel is how most people would know about it. I don't think anyone outside of like actual tech enthusiasts would even really know. Like most of them, I don't know, like maybe my parents, they probably don't even know that Windows 11 is out, or like my grandparents or anything like that.
Well, I mean, but if you go to the update center and stuff, it just shows you, oh, get Windows 11 instead of a Windows 10 update. I mean,
I haven't even got on there yet.
They haven't pushed it that much, that's true. I see ads on TV for it every time, then, like online too. But
yeah,
sure.
I do too. But it's usually like on tech things that I'm looking up too. But yeah, I went to try it in a VM, but it said I didn't have adequate hardware to try it out. And I only gave it a dual core, so sense made, I guess, but that makes it pretty limited to a lot of people that don't like game on PC or anything.
Officially, it only supports CPUs that are newer than 2018, so yes.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think most people will like it because if you look at like how shit the Windows 11 start menu is, I'm sorry if you like Windows 11. That's good. That's good and all. But if you look at all the options and stuff that you can do in the Windows 10 start menu or in other operating systems, you can just see. Let me actually count this default: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's actually just
count.
8. It shows 18 apps with the default setting, 18 pinned apps, and then it has like a few random recommended files. I don't see how this is that useful. I don't
Yeah,
see
that's
how
why
this
it's
is that
free.
useful. It has almost no information whatsoever. But that's fine. I don't use it, and I don't want to use it, and I probably will not ever use it.
Yeah, I'll be balls deep in Manjaro as soon as Windows 10 fails.
Yeah, Pop OS has been turning out pretty fine for me. I really like it. Every day I discover like a new thing, and I'm like, wow, this is way better than on Windows. Why have
Yeah.
Microsoft done this before? This is a really short topic as well. I've just noticed, but that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the next one though. This one that you're highlighting.
Now,
That's
yeah,
the one you told me about 2 days ago.
Yeah. Now, have you been to New York, Marek? Have you been at Anime NYC? Is that where you got COVID?
I mean, it could have been. I'm close enough to New York that it could have spread from there, but I've never been to an anime convention.
Really? You seem like the number one anime normal standard anime fan. Not
Yeah,
the insane
I'm
kind,
an at
but
home, watch the show sometimes, anime fan. Binge and then get bored and do something else and then come back to it later kind of fan.
yeah, so there's an article on The Verge. Whoa, ever most popular fucking news outlet. Ever so popular. I don't know how English works. They write, were you one of the 53,000 attendees of the Anime NYC 2021 convention in New York City? Blah, 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 blah. New York City authorities and organizers are urging every single attendee, exhibitor, artist, and staff member to get tested for COVID-19. Because one of the United States' first confirmed cases of the new Omicron variant was a man who attended the convention and likely caught it there. What
Nice.
the hell? This is so stupid. This is not good. I would not have gone to this. If I was an anime fan and I was just in New York, I would not have gone to this. Just because of the COVID thing right now.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed, honestly.
Conventions are a cool thing, but not during a pandemic. I'm going to say that, and that's what I think. You can.
They probably expect a
things differently.
subset of people to be vaccinated by now, I'm sure. Although, yeah, and the variant just kind of came out of nowhere or whatever. The variant. I'm kind of tired of hearing that word, honestly.
Well, that's what a virus does, though. That's literally how it's supposed to work. Right? That's how nature made a virus. It's supposed to mutate as fast as possible. So you can be as defenseless as possible with it. And sure, you will get tired with it or of it, but that's not a good thing. Several fully vaccinated people have tested positive. That's sure that can happen. That's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is also from 2 days ago, I think. No, not 2 days ago. From the 2nd of December, I mean. Sorry, not 2 days ago. A lot more than 2 days ago by now that we're recording and releasing this.
Yeah, I think it was put in this doc like a week ago.
Yeah, I think I put it in the doc 2 days after this had come out.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like.
But hey, at least it was new then.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. What
Yeah,
do
it
people
doesn't
do
matter
at
that
an
much.
anime convention? What is Anime NYC anyway? What do they do there?
I only know of cosplay. After you get all dressed up, then what happens, though? I'm not sure.
You go there to get AIDS and you come back with COVID. That sucks.
All right, doesn't sound too bad.
That's
just a little AIDS.
well, at
The
least
COVID, though.
At least then you fucked some cosplay chick or whatever.
Yeah.
That's at least a positive thing. If you just go there, walk around, and then oh no, I'm not allowed to meet anyone for a month. That's not good. Moving on to the joke of the beginning, which is why company names should be 3-dimensional. Because do you know Jack Dorsey? You know Jack Dorsey, right, Merrick?
No.
He was the CEO of Twitter, and he is still the CEO of Square. And you know Twitter?
I think I've heard of Twitter.
This horribly mismanaged program or
I saw a
platform.
cool BuzzFeed article on Twitter.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jack Dorsey, he was the CEO of both Twitter and Square. And I think he also did some weird thing where he moved to Africa or some bullshit. But then I was like, fuck this. This is not good. There's some CEOs who can manage multiple things. I think Elon Musk is a moderately good example because he can assign people to do roles better than Jack Dorsey does, apparently.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Twitter's share price, Twitter is a public company, right? So you can go look up. They went... Yeah, in 2013, they had, okay, this is in euros now for some reason, but they had a value of 32 euros. And then eventually it went down to 13 in 2016. And now it's just sitting at 41. Not that much growth. If you compare the growth of like Apple and Facebook to this, Twitter has done fuck all. Twitter's not grown at all in terms of money. And I think that's very much down to Jack Dorsey not doing that much, even though he is just a founder of it. Whereas if you actually look up Square, which is also led by our friend Jack Dorsey,
I feel like
that's actually
Twitter
trading
gets
at
more
168 euros per share.
I feel like Twitter gets more crap for being a cesspool than Facebook does for some reason.
That is true nowadays, yes.
Yeah. I think Facebook's much worse. But what I also find interesting is the people that are like I barely use Twitter, you know this, but the people that say like, oh, I hate Twitter, it's toxic, it's a cesspool, will immediately tweet something at the same time, like the same sort of creator that's like, oh, Twitter's toxic, it's bad, I hate Twitter so much. They'll be like, oh, just uploaded a video about how I hate Twitter, link down below, and they'll tweet that. And I find it interesting.
I mean,
it's a little weird.
That's not
double
the
standards.
problem Jack has to deal with, though. I mean, it also is, but
yeah, it was just something interesting.
That's an interesting fact. Yeah, I also don't know why. I mean, there is bullshitters on Twitter, but it's a different kind of bullshitter. But that's not the point, though. The point is, basically, within the time that Jack was CEO, they almost did nothing. They changed almost nothing on Twitter. I think the biggest change was adding the Fleets thing, which was just copied from Instagram, and adding spaces, which is just inspired by Clubhouse and Stereo and fucking all of the other things that exist. Discord stage. Fleets are gone. Fleets don't exist anymore, which I'm sad because I liked them. Stages exist. Fleets got removed like 2 months or 3 months ago, yeah. Like a long time ago. What it feels like now for what they what time they were a thing.
Yeah, I use
Yeah,
the simple app. I don't use the Twitter app or anything like that. So like I never got
fleets.
it's just like a web.
And the
I don't
the
know.
biggest consistent change that Jack has basically done was just raising the limit from 140 to I think 280 to 80 characters. That is not innovation. Going from whenever Twitter was founded, like 2008 or something, to now, just doubling the character limit, and then that's basically everything they did. Using Twitter in 2012 is not different than using Twitter now. And that can be a good thing, but I don't think it is for Twitter.
Yeah. I don't use it enough. I never really looked at stories either. Like in any social thing.
Well, I like that. Only enough people look at it. That's the only thing that I like about Instagram is the fucking stories feature. Like, actually.
Yeah. I never look at them because they're always like a picture of a sandwich with a bunch of words plastered all over the place. We're almost there, guys. 1,000 more followers here to, and
Well,
it's in
that's
like
okay. That's the bullshit use for it. Though.
that's all I see, and I just ignore it. Yeah,
That's not. Yeah, that's not the point of this though, because this is actually about Square. So yeah, what happened is Instagram have removed Jack Dorsey from the Twitter company. So he's fucked off now. He's been replaced with. I'll really need to look up his name again because I always forget.
that guy.
With Parag Agrawal.
Oh,
Indian names again, Indian people again. I'm sorry if I pronounce that weirdly. Here's a little side thing that I just want to mention.
call him
here.
Mike Patel.
What?
Oh, I said you could call him Mike Patel.
What? Why?
They usually take on the last name Patel, like when they migrate over and stuff. And then they take like a simple name like Pete.
That's
or
not
Mike
what his name is.
Bob.
His name is Parag.
I know.
Fuck
I
off. You can shut up.
know. But
This
if
is
you have
not a
trouble
good thing.
pronouncing it, you could call him Mike Patel.
It's fine. He's called Parag. Side note, though, is how have Indian people gone from the scam people that will call you and put a virus, not a real one, a fake virus on your PC and then take money from you? How did they go from this evil, bad look to being basically the CEOs of every single big tech company? I think that's such an interesting shift. Yeah, you have Satya Nadella at Microsoft. We have Sundar Pichai at Alphabet and Google.
They started with fast food, if you didn't notice.
Shantanu Narayan at Adobe and Arvind Krishna at IBM. And now Parag at Twitter. So that's basically every big company that you know, except for Apple, has like an Indian dude there. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's fucking mad. That's awesome. But I don't know why.
Pretty much all of our chains, our McDonald's, our KFC, our Subway, it's all owned by Indian guys. And I think potentially that could be how. Maybe they started in a scam center and they owned it. Got big monies, bought a company. I have no idea, though.
I just think that's an interesting contrast, right? So, on one hand, the evil scammers who have no actual clue to like the nicest, most awesome fucking tech executives. Like, if you look at a video of like Satya Nadella or also Sundar Pichai, just the way they talk is just fun and chill and great. Like, Satya doesn't even wear a watch. He's like not concerned with like scheduling or time or anything. So, yeah. It's good to listen to them. I don't like Microsoft's products, but I think he's good. He's a good dude. Yeah. Just make Windows 11 good and then I'll use it. Satya, talking to you directly now. Okay.
Is he still pretty young?
No.
That's my main concern. Is he young or is he really old?
Well, what do you mean young? Let's actually look it up.
Like
He's
40
54. Just Google him, though. Just look at him.
Just Google.
I mean, he is a...
Mike Patel.
Oh, my God.
Just checking. But yeah, I mean, if he's 54, he's still not so old that he doesn't understand technology. Then that was my primary.
No,
concern.
he seems, from looking at interviews with him, I think he's pretty smart and pretty good. I think he knows what his goals are, and I think he also has great visions.
I'm sure he has a team for innovation as well and things like that for new ideas and stuff. So
yeah, and he's like worked for Microsoft a long time already, just as Parag has for Twitter, starting at a low, crappy like engineering position and then working their way up. I think that's a good idea, a good concept. It's better than just fucking around and then, oh look, I have money. I'm a big dude, big money dude. Now I'm the CEO of some random thing just randomly because you're a well-known name. I think relying on people who you know have technical expertise, like engineering, like with Intel, didn't have an engineering CEO, really shit CPUs. Now they have an engineering CEO, kind of getting good again.
yeah,
AMD, but we really got off topic there. That's fine. We need to close a few things here. Indians, you're cool. If you have any Indian or like Asian, Southeast Asian, or any listeners who are not generic, generic European or generic American dudes, you're pretty good. We appreciate you just as much as everyone else.
They just came full force into the internet a couple years ago, didn't they? Didn't someone? I remember someone saying that India was an untapped market for internet.
Well, it still is. There's a billion people there. What the hell do you expect?
Yeah,
a billion people, and everybody is really poor compared to, well, Western Europe or something. Which also is a thing that I just
explain it.
Which is also a thing that I heard yesterday, like actual fact. If you make like an average wage in America or the EU, you're already like, you have already more money than 98% of the rest of the population. So God fucking damn it. How lucky do you have to be to just accidentally be born here?
Yeah.
That is fucking insane, the economic differences. But this is not what this podcast is about. We really need to stop. Because, yeah, Jack Dorsey, not only was he the CEO of Twitter and the CEO of Square. And if you don't know, Square is those are the people who own Cash App, so you can send money to people, and they do like credit card transactions and other payment solutions for like businesses.
They had the little headphone jack thing that you could swipe a card through,
and yeah, Jack Dorsey is a pretty big fan of blockchain technology for like transactions and protocols and stuff, which not a inherently bad idea. But dumb things can happen, which I think this might be the dumbest thing. Not Windows 11 failing or the Edge thing, but yeah, Square, the holding company Square, which owns Square and Cash App, they are getting renamed to Block. So they were called Square before, and now they'll be called Block going forward because of blockchain. Oh my God, I hate this so much.
Yeah,
that's why I said, though, 3-dimensional company names. It's a block now, it's 3D. Before it was a 2D square, now it's a fucking block now. God damn, do you see how good this name is?
Oh, yeah.
So Jack Dorsey says in a statement, "We built the Square brand for our seller business, which is where it belongs. Block is a new name, but our purpose of economic empowerment remains the same. No matter how we grow or change, we will continue to build tools to help increase access to the economy." Don't call it Block, though. Don't call it Block, though. Don't do that. Don't.
I didn't think anyone used it to begin with, because PayPal came out with a similar thing around the same time, I figured everyone would have been using that.
Well, Square is doing very fine. Pretty good company. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Square or Block not only owns Square and Cash App, they also own the music streaming service Tidal. For some fucking reason. Nobody knows why, they just bought it. The high quality HD music streaming service.
Never heard
They
of
bought it from Jay-Z. Yeah, nobody has heard of it. Some people like it, some people use it, and people who do use it are really enthusiastic and think it's the best thing ever because
If something falls below iHeartRadio on my scale of knowing things, I feel like it falls into a void after that point.
Tidal is all about like high fidelity audio, like higher bit depth and better bit rates and stuff, which maybe some people can notice a difference in. I don't really think so.
Do you think the low traffic has anything to do with that?
No. Why?
Oh, the lack of people knowing about it, less people using it means more bandwidth to spend.
No, that's the whole point there. The whole point, if you go to the website, there's literally like a little graph thing which says, oh, normal quality, 160 kilobit per second. And then it's like Tidal Hi-Fi, which is 1,400 kilobit, and Tidal Master, which is 2,300 and higher kilobits per second, which is literally like at least like 10 times more. So
2 seconds.
They're gonna be pretty good. It has like other weird shit like MQA support and 360 reality audio and Dolby Atmos and whoever the fuck knows what that is. That's why I say it has a very small but seemingly very loyal audiophile fucker fan base. The kind of people who are like, oh, I need the gold-plated fucking pins on this thing because, oh no, it conducts the frequencies better, which, sure, but does that really matter? I don't think it does. And it's fucking $9.99 or $19.99, like goddamn a month.
We're getting to the point where most people wouldn't even notice either.
Yes. I mean, yes. I don't think I would notice.
I wouldn't.
Do they have a free trial? I would sign up for a free trial and then see, especially because you don't know this yet. I have a new phone which actually supports Dolby Atmos.
Oh, I remember that. Or
that's fine.
Is it another new phone? Because I remember you telling me you were getting one, and I said another one?
Well, I don't know. This is a Xiaomi 11T.
Is it another one?
I have this for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you now already. Maybe I did. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Xiaomi. Yeah, I remember that name.
It has Dolby Atmos support for like 3D audio, so I can test this. Which apparently is moderately good with some music and then really weird for others. Like spatial audio where it literally like sounds like, oh, the singer like randomly walks around you now. Oh, look. It's Michael Jackson on your right now. Oh, fuck, he's walked on your left. Yeah, but renaming your company to Block is not good. That reminds me of Long Island Iced Tea or something. They changed their name to Long Blockchain Corp in like 2017. And then like just the fucking stock price went up like 300% or something. And everybody was going insane because of how fucking stupid this is. And it really is. It's truly dumb. The name Block has many associated meanings for the company. Building blocks, neighborhood blocks, and then local businesses. Communities coming together at block parties full of music. A blockchain, a section of code, and an obstacle to overcome, Block said in a statement.
They forgot, I'm sick of seeing ads for this company, Block.
Well, I guess that is obstacles for the advertisers, for the companies.
Yeah.
I don't like this change. I mean, this change is not a bad thing. It doesn't affect me or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is that great for the market. I don't think it matters that much. I don't think people will really care. Just in the way that people don't care that Facebook is called Meta now. And how Google has a parent company called Alphabet, but then at the same time, the Google CEO also is the CEO of Alphabet, which gives you an idea of how independent Google and Alphabet are from each other. Not that much, if they have literally the same CEO. I think this is mostly good. That if Jack Dorsey can now put more energy and time into making blockchains better for payments, because I think that's moderately a good idea if we can pull it off right. Not having to trust banks to put money somewhere, and then they won't do it because, oh no, some random fucking reason.
Yeah.
Things have to...
It costs us money is usually their excuse.
Yeah. Things will definitely have to approve, like, with some blockchains, it really sucks. Like, Ethereum right now, because it's so fucking overwhelmed, and it has, like, literally $100 transaction costs and stuff. That's fucking insane, but okay, that's a different thing. Different issue, not a blockchain podcast. Next, and also last topic, the US government sues to block the $40 billion Nvidia and ARM deal. You've heard of this. What have you heard about this?
That's basically all I really heard was the fact that they were suing them in order to stop them from going through with the deal with ARM.
So, do you even know who ARM are?
I didn't know much about them. I had heard about them because of AMD, I believe. Doesn't AMD do dealings through ARM? No. Yeah, I'm not sure where I heard them from then.
Well, ARM are the people who design the architecture and design core parts of chips for, well, right now, for phones and stuff, mostly. So it's just another kind of architecture, like what we have in our PCs is all x86 based, which is from Intel, right? So, but
that makes sense. Probably when I was looking into rooting my phone or something.
What they have is called the ARM architecture, which uses almost no power, but is really powerful still. It can do tons of maths and stuff really quickly. They don't manufacture their own chips. They just design them, and they give other people rights to use the ARM architecture, like Apple, for example. And then Apple can go ahead and create the M1 Max chip, which is like a GTX 3090, but in a laptop, and it uses no power at all, basically. That chip is insane. So, yeah. The Europeans and the UK already hated this very much because ARM is actually a UK company. And now also the Federal Trade Commission in the US has sued to stop this deal from happening, because this deal would give the combined companies control over technology that rival firms need to develop their own chips. So effectively, Nvidia could buy this and be like, oh, Apple, you've stopped using our graphics cards 15 years ago or something. Fuck off. And I can just not have Apple make chips anymore. Or Samsung. Or or Qualcomm Snapdragon. Or MediaTek. Or fucking anyone else. Amazon, who also develop their own chips. ARM is getting a lot of traction because of the power efficiency right now, especially in the server space, which is interesting and pretty cool. Innovation and competition. I don't think having the number one graphics chip company buy the number two biggest architecture and just take over that whole thing, which is used by everyone else, I don't think that's a good thing. I very much agree with the European Union and with the UK and with the FTC. I think this sucks. I think they shouldn't do it. I think they should not fucking combine AMD, ARM, and NVIDIA.
Yeah, I'm conflicted for sure, because what is everyone really doing with the architecture besides slowly, allowing us a bit more power with each new phone, I feel like if NVIDIA can't use it, they won't develop new things
Well, no, NVIDIA do
outside of
use
their
it, though.
spectrum.
NVIDIA also has a license for it, though. They make, like, the chip in the Switch is also an ARM chip, an NVIDIA ARM chip.
Well, if they're already using it, then I'm having trouble figuring out what in the hell is even happening then.
Well, and using it by having a deal with ARM is not the same as owning it. NVIDIA want to just buy the whole thing instead of just licensing, being allowed to use it, and have ARM develop the technology for everybody, or allowing everybody to use it.
That would be a conflict of interest for supplying that architecture to other companies, I suppose. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's like, I don't know. That's like Mercedes buys all the fucking petrol and diesel manufacture. I don't know where you get diesel from. The plants that make diesel and petrol. If Mercedes bought all of them and then didn't allow the other cars to use diesel and petrol anymore, that is not a good thing. I hope this doesn't go through at all. What I'm really scared is going to happen, I'm really scared of some shitty, like, trust deal. Like, where the FTC is going to say, well, no, NVIDIA, don't do this. I mean, go ahead and do it, but then for the next, 2 years, the other companies are still allowed to use the technology, and then don't change anything, blah, blah, because fuck off. They're never gonna, like, take any of that shit and actually do it. You've seen that with many companies before, where it's been like, like, I think T-Mobile and Sprint, T-Mobile and Sprint can combine together, but then Dish Network has to create a new mobile carrier, so we can still have 3 carriers, or I think 4. I think 4 carriers in the US, and still have competition. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Sprint and T-Mobile just fused, and then Dish has not done fucking anything. Please, I don't want them to do this. But you understand why this is not good now, because what you wrote in your server didn't seem that cohesive.
Well, I was being sarcastic, but I was basically saying, as if ARM capabilities was the reason that there wouldn't be any competition, as if that was the straw that kept everyone from starting their own processing company, I was creating a fake conspiracy with sarcasm.
But that's true, though, actually. That's actually true. Right? It takes probably billions to just create a whole new GPU architecture that doesn't use x86 or ARM or anything. Intel tried to do it with their own, I think, Itanium line or something. Didn't work at all. It was really shit, and nobody used it. And then they stopped and went back to x86. Which x86 is fine. It just uses a lot of power compared to ARM, so you can't have... Do you remember Intel Atom, when Intel tried to do mobile phone chips? They were not good.
Yeah, I don't think I do. That Intel would be happy that I haven't heard of that. I'm curious to how it's going to play out, though.
Yeah, so you can...
I have a feeling someone's going to come out on top with this.
Some companies just license the core design, so when ARM has finished a whole core design and they just implement that in their own technology. Other companies like Apple license the whole thing, the whole ARM architecture and code base and things like that, which is what Apple did to create their own cores and their own insanely efficient thing with their own hardware and stuff. So, yeah, almost the whole mobile industry and part of the server industry really, really need ARM. Oh, apparently also, this year, 2 months ago, there was like talks about Microsoft and AMD doing things together, like making a system on a chip, an SoC based on ARM for Windows computers. Because Windows runs so great on ARM right now, except it absolutely fucking doesn't. Whereas macOS on ARM is the best thing in the world. But okay. Really having trouble with the voice now. I don't know why.
Yeah, I may have given you coronavirus.
Yeah, through the fucking...
Yeah.
Through the video chat.
Been talking in your ear this whole time. It's bound to happen. Didn't you wear an ear mask?
Shut up. No! That's not funny.
I know it's not funny.
I mean, it is a little bit. But not that much. Not that much, Marek.
Well, just because something's not funny shouldn't stop you. Do it anyway.
Everything that's not funny.
What do you got to lose? Yeah,
humor
I gotta
to
stop
lose,
doing
Marek.
that to myself. Practice makes perfect, though. If you have shitty humor, you got to use it anyway.
Okay, that is... I actually do agree with that, actually. Seems insane, doesn't it? Okay.
It sounds insane when you start making jokes that don't make any sense to people.
Yeah, like calling your company Block if it was called Square before.
That in itself is funny to me, though.
Yeah, it is. It's so dumb. It's totally stupid. No need to do this. No need to do this.
I wonder how much money they spent doing this dumb transition.
Oh, yeah, just sitting in a fucking room for 4 weeks. How can we call ourselves to incorporate blockchain?
Guys, I have too much money. How can I burn through $2,000 in copyright and trademark?
Do they have a block trademark?
Yeah, that's interesting. You would have to spend a hefty sum to change your...
You cannot trademark block.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. Someone, who was it? Microsoft had... Remember that in Good Name of No Man's Sky? I didn't even know that OneDrive used to be called Sky.
Sky TV, the television network, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
The European, well, I guess from the UK, I don't know where they're from. The pay TV thing. They made Microsoft change SkyDrive, yeah, and also they tried to change No Man's Sky to something else.
Yeah. So Block might not be too far out of the spectrum.
That's true, but then also I would never thought that you can just trademark the Sky. Like, what the hell? Yeah. That's the most well-known thing. Search the trademark database. Let's see. Basic word mark search. Square. Who could have thought there is
Squarespace
50 pages worth of Square results? Square Enix, Square Enix capture the Sand Square.
Why didn't Square Enix come to mind?
Square Cable, Trafalgar Square, the Edge Thick Square Pizza. What the hell? Skill Square. What the hell is this? Skill Square? The knockoff version of Skillshare? What the fuck?
It probably is Skillshare. It was like their original name.
The original name? I fucking hope not. Skill Square? What the... No, HR software for remote teams. Skill Square. It's completely different. Oh my god. Square Blocks? Are you insane? We found it. That's not it though. It was Square Blocks. Where is it? I lost it now. No. I want to see what Square Blocks is. There it is. What is Square Blocks, please?
It's probably a rip-off app of Minecraft.
building games, chess games, chess
There's one
pieces.
called Block Story.
What happens with Block? Let's see. Block. Okay. Block Tree, Ice Block, Block Shrimp, Blockchain Superheroes. We bring blockchain to you. We bling blockchain. Oh, god damn it. Gourmet Butcher Block. Okay, that's it there for this episode, everybody. We will now go away again for an unknown amount of time until we decide to record again.
It's everyone's favorite part of the podcast.
What,
When
when
it
it's
ends.
done? Yeah. I mean, I think it is though, because there's always the funniest scene after the outro.
Why?
Somebody trademarked my cock.
That's awesome.
Somebody else trademarked laughter and cock.
It's just some guy named Jeff in a field somewhere. No company.
Some company, Zoo Shooting China Limited have trademarked you cock. I'm not sure they are aware of what that means. Hello and welcome to this great interruption. Yes, I'm very sorry. I've cut through your podcast now because I need to tell you, please follow my Twitter account at WatchStarters TV. America's also here, actually. I've brought him into the break. He's refusing to talk now because he thinks it's funny.
Oh, I just don't have Twitter. Yeah, I just don't have a Twitter.
No, okay.
Don't worry.
No, well, you can find it if you want, listeners.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
He doesn't use it. Neither do I, actually. Nowadays, but you can follow it. Thank you.